When you're a student athlete, it really seems easy and simple enough to just not go to train, or just not do the hard work, or just do whatever you want at the moment you want. Because you're a student athlete, you put in the work, right? Well, let me tell you, that's the wrong mentality. When you're a student athlete, not putting in the work, just doing whatever you want in the training, just doing whatever you want whenever you want, and not putting in the work because you are a student athlete and you put in the work, will not lead you nowhere. It will only lead you to your own demise. But before we continue, hi, I'm Obi, and I'm here to guide you through your student athlete journey while sharing experiences from my own student athlete journey. As I was saying, when you do whatever you want, whenever you want, you're not really putting in the work. And that means you're not really in the student athlete mentality. Because when you're a student athlete, you have to put in the work, and you have to do it and do it and do it and do it over and over again. Because when you put in the work, that's when you're pushing towards your goal. Even when you're injured, yeah, you can't go to train because you're injured. That's my case right now. But you can still put in the work, you can practice your technique, and that's what I'm doing. I'm injured of my foot, so I can't go train. What am I doing? I'm perfecting my volleying technique, I'm perfecting my reception technique. And that's what you should do as well. Even when you're injured, there's something you can do to push towards your goal. And you can just do it and do it and do it over again. Yeah, at some point it's gonna get boring. But when you do it and do it and do it again, if you do it as if you loved it, even if you hate it, you're gonna push towards your goal closer and closer every single time. And yeah, you might slip once, and that is completely valid because you might be sick, you might have some other thing to do, homeworks, because you're a student athlete. But just because you didn't feel like it, that's not the student athlete mentality. You're supposed to do it and do it and do it and do it over and over again. And when you're committed to doing it, I mean working or putting in the work, you just have to keep your word to yourself as a student athlete. Because if you don't keep your word to yourself, how is your team gonna trust you when you say, oh, I got this, oh, I'll do this, oh, I'll do that? Your team cannot trust you if you don't even keep your word to your own self. So I am the example. I am injured right now, as I already said, but I'm still putting in the work. I'm still training my sets, I'm still training my receptions, I'm still training and putting in the work because I'm a student athlete. And my mentality is, every single time I do the hard work, I'll be pushing closer to my goal. No matter how minimal the work is, anything will push you closer to your goal, for most minimal that it can be. And that's just how it is. Every single game, no matter how big or how small, it's gain at the end of the day. And even though you cannot do much when you're injured, as I am, putting in the work, practicing over and over again will pay off eventually. And let me tell you, nobody else is coming in to save you. You are the one who has to put in the work. You are the one who has to do it and do it over again. Because your coach is not gonna do it for you. Your coach probably already did their part of the job. They probably did their hard work back in their day when they were probably playing. And now you are the only one who can save yourself. There's nobody coming to save you. And there will be a point where you will realize, if you don't put in the work, of course, that you'll say, oh, if I would have put in the work to my technique while I was injured, I would not be rejected for not having good technique in a professional team, or I would not be rejected from a university because I cannot receive a serve, or I wouldn't be rejected at university because I don't know really how to play, because I chose to just do whatever I wanted when I was in high school, when I was a student athlete. No, when you actually put in the work, you'll know when you did what. You'll know this that you're doing when you're injured. Practicing your technique, practicing your sets, practicing everything will push you to actually being accepted, because you can achieve anything as long as you put your mind to it. And yeah, you might not be the best at everything. You might not become Simeon Nicolo for volleyball in 2 years, but you can get towards that goal eventually, because you will have put in the work. But without putting in the work, there's nothing you can do to get towards your goal, because putting in the work is the only thing you can do, and putting in the work is the only path you can take to actually achieving your goals. So I say it again, as a student athlete, you have to do the hard work over and over and over and over again. You have to do it forcefully, even when you don't feel like it. That's why at the end of each video I tell you, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Because when you don't feel like it and you do it, that's the moment where you'll grow the most, because you're not only growing in your abilities, but you're controlling your mind, and you're actually just having control over your complete self when you are doing what you're supposed to do, even when you don't feel like it. When you take control over yourself, you take out that liability of saying, oh, I don't feel like doing it today, so I just won't do it. Oh, I'm injured, I cannot work out. Oh, I'm injured, I cannot do anything to improve. You take out all of those thoughts, all of that mentality, and you just harden your mind and have full control over your body and self. And having that control pushes you towards your goal way more, by hardening your mind to actually do the work, and not only working by how you feel each day. And that should be your mentality as a student athlete. No one is coming to save you. Nobody's gonna do the work for you. So you just put in the work, and you do it, and do it over and over again, no matter how boring or how tiring it is. You just do it over and over again. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Remember, I'm gonna be posting 2 to 3 times a week. I'm posting daily reels, or trying to post daily reels, on Instagram and TikTok. If you wanna follow, both of those are in the description. And if you have any suggestions on topics that you would like me to talk about, please leave them down in the comments. And yeah, again, I tell you, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. And Jesus Christ loves you, and He's the only way to heaven. Peace.